Welcome to TradersArmy.com, defending your right to build wealth and preserve capital for generations to come. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's edition of the Daily Market Commentary. I'm your host, Chuck Fulkerson. Hope everybody had a great trading day yesterday as we are rolling on a beautiful Tuesday morning. We are going to do what we do each and every day, take a look at the same 10 to 12 futures markets, identifying potential breakout trades and reversals from an educational perspective. Real quick note of reminder, tonight we have a live webinar for anybody interested in joining us. It is talking about options on futures. So if you're interested, go to tradersarmy.com/registration and you can register for combining options with futures. We'll email you a link to attend tonight's webinar. So tradersarmy.com/registration, options and futures together. What a beautiful marriage it can be. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. So the S&P today, we're down about 1.5 points early this morning after just a big rally yesterday. Now, we had a couple of levels of supply yesterday that price just kind of went through, and some levels that I thought were some pretty good levels, especially on the 15-minute chart. There were a couple of decent levels here that I thought we would hit, but we based before there, which definitely added to the weakness. Now, we made it up to this level and then chopped around in it, and popped right through that area. So now we're getting a bit of a pullback. Now, this would be considered a speed candle, and oftentimes you'll hear us talk about how speed candles tend to get a little bit of a retracement before then going back in that original direction. So what I'm going to do now is just kind of wrap my lines around this particular area here, and this was really the origin of that strong rally that we had yesterday morning. Now, no daily market commentary yesterday as we were running off of some levels from the Sunday night live trade room, but we definitely saw a fair amount of strength hitting in the markets, and we spent our time on Sunday night looking at short-term trade opportunities for shorts, but also then said, you know, the daily chart still hasn't confirmed that downward trend, and that's exactly, you know, we saw a pretty strong rally off of some of those levels, and so now let's see if this area here holds true kind of going forward. On the 4 hour, we see that we did pop a bit higher here, and we put in this swing high, right, equal with this prior swing high. So let's see if we get a bit of a pullback, and then that just kind of continues our march a bit higher in the ES. In the Nasdaq, once again, we had another level confirmation style entry. Price came right in, did not come out to give me an entry on that confirmation style entry. So now we would look for a potential on a reversal as price would come back down. And once again, same area here, where we may see an opportunity to get long at the origin of that speed candle higher, where we saw, you know, pretty much all of those straight up moves kind of start and begin. And so I think those are the areas that I would look for today. Crude oil. So in crude oil, you know, we had a long way back here. It's rallied back up to our small time frame short, which is a confirmation style entry. So if you're in that one, we've got, remember, this is a 15-minute candlestick entry, right? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're now 6. We're now 7 candles into this move, as we did get halfway in. So now is the time to take your stop and move it fairly close to entry to lock in some of those gains, as it's not really reacting off of there like we would want it to. But on the way up, you know, we did put in a few other levels here that we need to pay attention to. There could be some reversals, so keep an eye on some of those levels later today. If you are a Traders Army subscriber, take a look at our trade feed update. We added an options trade on CL, so options on futures, to part of our trade feed worksheet. And once again, more talking about options on futures tonight in the webinar. Gold. So in gold, we did come into our demand level in gold, but we didn't really get a strong move out of that demand level. We came into it, we've hit around in it, we chopped around a lot, not a whole lot of movement, so I need to take this level off of my charts for the moment. That gold demand level, we got a little reaction, so if you're in it, I think now's the time to move your stop to break even, just to lock in maybe what you have. In the bond markets, we see that we have a couple of demand levels down below us. This area down here really being the one that was the origin of this move up. I don't like the basing that we got in front of it, so I'd need a nice strong move back down into it. Now we could get a little move off of this level here. Not a great time of day that it was formed, but this 22.6, 22.09 would be our best level. In the Aussie, so in our Aussie levels, we have this area down here, which is a potential reversal trade, and then one way the heck up here. There's really not a whole lot necessarily in between on this period. If I go to a 15-minute chart, we were looking at this on Sunday night as a really short-term potential. When we had broken below there, price came up into there and then just kind of chopped around before then popping up and then back down and then went through it, right? Changing our overall big picture direction. Because when I go to the 4-hour, now I have a higher swing low and a higher swing high. See, when we change our big picture direction, now all of a sudden it makes me kind of think about, okay, what would I be looking for, right? So now when I go to the 1 hour, I've got a couple of levels down in here that we may be able to lean on. Another opportunity would be just to take a breakout above this area to allow price to kind of continue that run. In the euro, so in the euro, we had a short right off of this level here, and we got a little bit of a move off of there, and it traded right down to our opposing fair price value area, which would be right here, before then reversing back in, chopping, and then breaking out to the upside. So now we would be looking for, okay, where's a good long opportunity to get us up to this next level? If I go to the 4-hour, you can see that we've put in a higher swing low and a higher swing high. So now I've got a reason to really look for the next long opportunity to get me back up to that 4-hour, and I think we could be coming into one right through here. This is not a great time of day this level was formed, but it is still pretty valid. I am aware though that this supply level is here, so there's not a whole lot of profit margin there. So for now, I'm going to let this one be, and I'm going to let this be in the euro primarily because I'm also going to let the British pound be today. Now, why am I letting the Great British Pound be today? Well, it's the Brexit vote, right? Our Brexit votes. This is our last big market movement here. We saw the gap up yesterday and then a really strong move down. This is one that is very news driven. I think it's best unless you've got some quality levels to lean on the 4-hour time period, which there is a level down here that we can pay attention to. That I think it's best that we stay a little bit away from this one during all of the news announcements, simply because you're going to see a lot more volatility in there, and it's going to blow through levels on the small time frame. So I don't necessarily want to get in front of those moving trains when they do show up. Now we got a nice little reversal off the 15-minute chart back up to this base drop right in here after this move down, and that's what we've seen happen here just in the last few minutes. So we'll keep an eye on this one today. This one, but I don't think it makes sense to jump in front of a moving train, right? So I think our better opportunities are going to be to wait for quality levels in our equity markets and our commodity markets rather than try to force something in the currency markets, which can be very volatile today. Over the next couple of days, even heading into the Brexit vote. So. With that being said, I look forward to seeing all of you this evening on our live webinar. Once again, feel free to join us tonight. Go to tradersarmy.com/registration in order to register for tonight's webinar. It is going to be at 7 p.m. Central Time, U.S., 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 5 o'clock Mountain Time. 5 o'clock Pacific Time. There's math. So, all right, everybody. Hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you all real soon. See you later. Bye-bye.